I know it's been a while. I do apologize. Life for me has just been absolutely insane. Um, as many of you know, the last year and a half for me has not gone anywhere near what I had planned, what I wanted. Everything that could possibly be thrown at me was thrown at me one way or another. I'm back in my own house. I'm getting my garage set up as my workshop. As you can see, I do have stuff being put together behind me. Give you a better view of it where I'm not in the way. I'm working on the cabinetry for the miter stand. Hopefully within the next couple weeks that'll be finished up, or at least in the same condition as my workbench. Getting wall shelving put together so I can actually organize some stuff. And just in the process of, getting everything put back together so I can actually do something and get some work going again. I greatly appreciate everybody's patience. I know doing another reboot was not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to have the breaks that I've had, but with the place that I was renting, the sound transfer, not having the ability to actually put together a video that one sounded good and looked good, and I didn't have to mute most of it, was just extremely difficult and wasn't going to work. But anyway, welcome back. Let's see if we can get this pig running and kick it hard enough to where it's actually doing something and going somewhere. And I really appreciate your guys' patience with me. But we'll get things going. I'll show you a little bit about the house and what I have planned and how it can tie into my channel and some of the content that I want to create for you guys. Anyway, here we go. Believe it or not, this did survive the move. It did survive being torn apart and sitting for 2.5 months. I do have a couple drawer sides that I need to rebuild or replace, and I do need to add in some structural help for the drawers, just because a couple of the side pieces ended up warping a little bit while I was sitting in storage, and they're no longer actually straight like they need to be, but that's an easy fix. Moving on, I'll give you a little bit of a tour of what I am going to be figuring out. This cheap linoleum is actually throughout the house, and from what I can tell, it's underneath the vinyl flooring that was put in by the previous owner. I'm going to completely rip out everything clear to the ceiling, do full built-in with drawers, cupboards, just make this so it's actually usable. When I moved in, they had a cheap plastic accordion door on it, which I've already taken off. It was absolutely atrocious. I don't know what to do with this little tiny closet, but there's no room for anything in here. I can't even put a bar in there to hang coats on. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff that I don't have unboxed. There's Cleo, and Jade's trying to get my attention as well. Hi, Jade. I'm thinking I'm probably going to end up taking this from a 3-bedroom into a 2-bedroom and just expand this, because what do you do with this amount of space? It's really hard to do much of anything. I'm sure that I could be able to figure something out, but the closets are so small that it doesn't make sense. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff to unpack. Some of the old furniture I had in the West Valley house, I still have. I've just repurposed it a little bit differently. I've got to get some bookshelves built. Yeah, I have multiple boxes of books. The production room is starting to get put together. Obviously, this is ready to go. I've got a new water chiller for the laser engraver, and I can vent everything out that window so that I'm not filling the house full of smoke. I will be building an additional cabinet for a laser or a 3D printer that I do plan on getting, and then a small table to go in the middle of the room for assembly, packaging, stuff like that. But as you can see, again, just like with the other room, this gives you a little bit better idea of just how small these closets are. I'm thinking it would be best suited to just combine both of those rooms into one, and then I don't have to worry about it. This is another thing that's going to have to change. The way that they put together the closet for the main bedroom, just it doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why they did what they did. There's a lot of wasted space in here. It's just weird. I think what I want to do is completely change everything with this. I want to rip out the walls, open this up completely, and do a built-in that would provide with actual drawer space and cupboard space, as well as room to actually hang stuff on hangers a little bit better, and just make it look a whole lot nicer. And then I could probably get rid of a couple dressers and give myself more room to work with. But this is, yeah, it's as with everything else in this house, I don't understand the decisions that were made with this, because it doesn't make sense. And like I said, I think ripping out the walls, going all the way to the ceiling, and restructuring this completely will make a big difference with this room and the storage capabilities or capacity in here. This is another thing that's going to have to change. The way that they put together the closet for the main bedroom, just it doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why they did what they did. There's a lot of wasted space in here. It's just weird. I think what I want to do is completely change everything with this. I want to rip out the walls, open this up completely, and do a built-in that would provide with actual drawer space and cupboard space, as well as room to actually hang stuff on hangers a little bit better, and just make it look a whole lot nicer. And then I could probably get rid of a couple dressers and give myself more room to work with. But this is, yeah, it's as with everything else in this house, I don't understand the decisions that were made with this, because it doesn't make sense. This is probably one of the worst designed kitchens I have ever dealt with in my entire life. I've seen apartments that have better kitchens than this. This is going to be a major renovation. I'm going to be ripping everything out completely and redoing this, restructuring this. This corner thing is going to be ripped out completely, and all of this is going to be completely redone. So you're going to get to watch how I do this. I'm going to build all the cabinetry myself. The countertop I will not do myself. I will probably order that when it comes time for doing that, and get that taken care of. But yeah, this is half the covers I can't even use. These two pans specifically, I have no place to put them. They don't fit in this corner cupboard because of the way this is designed, the way they did the insert. It makes absolutely no sense at all. It's just, Yeah. So whoever did this, they did the cheapest thing they could possibly do to get this in a sellable condition. It's going to be fun. I wanted a project house, but unfortunately, I also got myself a project house. Once again, I want to thank you for your patience. Again, I apologize for the delay with getting other videos put together and the gap that's been created just because of everything going on and just life getting in the way of everything. Hopefully, we don't have any more major gaps. I do plan on resuming my one video once every 3 to 4 weeks. Hopefully, by the end of the year, first part of next year, I can actually bump that back up again to where I'm doing a new video every couple of weeks. But we'll see how things go. But welcome back. Hopefully you enjoy the ride. This doesn't get any more crazy than what has been. If it does get extremely crazy, hopefully it's in a good way and everybody is able to have some fun and enjoy what I'm doing. But again, thank you. I appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye.